promoting a video for automotive technology. It's my first time promoting a video for and a lot of them I deal with high-end automobile, mid, and even low-end. No matter, I deal with them all. So I need to start promoting. I don't start promoting it more. Put the message and put the word out, You're in Chicago, man, area, South Side. You enjoy your own automobile. You have an automobile. You tired that constantly buying the same parts over and over, fixing the same problem over and over. I know how that could be a bugger. But you be more, put it out there more strongly so they understand I'm not kidding. Make the videos, bring people on and have them bring their coin. Get up with your brother. I can show you some things. And if you will do it yourself and you're not scared to get to your own automobile, because in most cases, like I be hollering at some of the people I know, I be talking to some of the people I know, shopping my demo. Man, bro, I shared that, and I will continue to share that information. Road service or wherever your car break down, I'm there. Or sometimes I'm in the road service. Ain't nobody invested in that. I'm like, yeah, really? Are you serious? They ain't investing in it because it's coming from me. And I understand why people will warn you, the elders warn you. Don't tell nobody what you got, what's in your heart, what you plan on doing. Don't tell nobody. There's a lot of damn police going past here. A lot of police activity. Marked cars, unmarked cars, cooking. You got fires, your irons in the fire. Don't tell nobody what you doing. Don't tell them. If they not involved in it, don't tell them nothing. And I don't care if it's a negative reaction or positive. Eventually, they'll see what you're doing. Because it's like there's an energy. People know who we are. They know we're coming to another. Like, who talks about that? I even have religious people telling me, well, don't nobody talk about God. I'm like, well, that's the problem. But you want to talk about your kids having the right to become the opposite sex of what they were born. I'm like, that's of the devil. What the hell? And you comfortable with that? Quit playing. I ain't gonna go there, but this is a promotion from the gift that I have in being able to service these automobiles. I know how to pull engines myself. I can pull an engine, install engines, remove them. I chose to go for self. I didn't choose to go in nobody's shop and work for nobody. Why? Because I know I have a tool. It's in high demand. I'm one of them dudes that was in the streets hustling. Now I understand that I have some of value. Okay, you're gonna have to pay taxes and this and that. Be aware of the business aspect of it. Yes, there's certain things you file no taxes. I was just listening to a gentleman, and he ain't filed his taxes in 30 years, and I'm like, I can understand that. I can truly understand that. And the average person tell you, oh, you need to shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, I really don't. Well, they got laws. You can look them up. That's on the book. Look them up. That is an entity. IRS is an entity family. That is not the government. You don't owe them nothing. I don't care if they shut the video down or they can scrutinize whatever. I ain't got nothing for them to scrutinize. You know what I'm saying? I got a gift and I traded for gifts. Know that. But yeah, you don't owe them nothing. They ain't gave you nothing. So you're not in contract with them. Why are they privy to anything you're doing? Think about it on the business end. Average person will tell you, "Oh no, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." Like with the, I was telling y'all, sharing with the solar panels. You were talking about, "Oh no, you gotta go through whatever company, lighting company, whoever." You get solar? No, you don't. You got people that's off grid that's been, and people in other countries that's been showing you, and people right here, they don't go through no ComEd or whoever in them. The devil is a lie. Something like I was explaining. No matter what choice you choose to make, that's your choice. But know that you got a choice, family. People that's living off ain't fucking with no ComEd. They might be fucking with the state to get water, but think about it. They pay their taxes on what they, for that land, for that land. The land is owned. You gonna pay taxes on that land and certain other things like that. You have to pay. Ain't no they come out there. You ain't getting nothing on my land. Hell no, you gonna have a problem. So that means you need to get out of America. Get the hell out of here. Think about places like Africa, and I keep telling y'all, that's the Bible. You can't own that land, but you can rent it. And that's how the Bible was. It was in biblical times. You couldn't own that land, but you can only rent it because that's God's land. That little old piece of land they talking about is the land of the chosen. Stop. They selling that land to everybody. They charge 16 from curses on down. Because why? The times of the Gentiles have been fulfilled. 400 years that was pronounced. You shall serve 400 years. It's over. All them yokes of bondage is over. Look at the state, the health and spirit of America. This nation you in. Say, okay, we're not the Hebrew Israelites. Well, naturally, you see what's happening to America. The people and how the government is turning on. Why is that, family? Oh, shit. Oh, why? Because you got the Most High Kingdom operating, and you got Satan's kingdom operating. Two different kingdoms operating. It looks like Satan's kingdom is winning because we don't understand that there's a greater that's at work, which you already moving in power and authority, power, not knowing you got the authority, but you moving in power already. That we need to open our eyes and see. And with that, I bring this word. Bring this word and keep bringing. Oh shit, let me put this together. Most people think they. But I just want to share that. So if you're in Chicago in an area, and you might want to, like I said, it might be a do-it-yourself. You might want to save some money. You might want to save some money and still get just as effective work. Holler at your brother, 773-451-6080. We the truth. We'll make it happen for you. When you spray this air freshener. Woo. Let me spray this air bowl. Hold on, y'all. I had to answer the door. Spray this air freshener. Woo. I've been smoking a cigarette. But yeah, you want some good quality work done, good reliable source, practice makes perfect. And Majority of my customers speak for me. I get a lot of jobs through word of mouth, which is good, but it's the service, really. The hard work and dedication. I love what I do. And then a lot of what I do, I done gave it away and still giving it away. I get a lot of why you just because with some of our people, some of them try to be slick, but a majority of them they be 100. I can't knock them, hate them. They be 100. I know how it is with the bread. It's fucked up out here. You gotta think. Like I always tell people, if we don't own and operate nothing, how you gonna accumulate wealth? The Most High made gave you a command to be fruitful and multiply. So in order for me to be fruitful, I need to possess something of value that I can plant this seed and allow it to work for me. If you choose to work through the system, that's cool. If you choose not to, just make sure you establish the right way. And make sure even if you're doing business, you ain't messing with them. Pay your taxes, so they won't come messing with you. Pay your taxes, and you'll be good, I guess, as they say. But you need to learn about taxes, learn how they operate. Because a lot of what they saying, you owe them, I believe it's the other way around. It's whatever revenue is created, it's for them, it's created through us. And even with us raising hell about reparations, think about it. They do owe. They've been withholding tax money. We've been putting it to the system for how many centuries? Stop playing. It's time to put it back. That's the nature of the beast. That's how it go. Ain't nothing personal. It ain't. Y'all giving reparations to people that we ain't did nothing to. We ain't never did nothing to no Germans. What the hell we giving them reparations for? Oh, y'all know them as Jewish people. The Ashkenazis. We ain't never did none of them. We getting them reparations. Why? Because these that's in office, descendants of slave owners. So I know anything dealing with that type thing, they gonna look out for their own people. They own that money. We don't own that money. They own that damn money. They own that money. So they can do what they want to do with that money. That's why America do what they do for them with that money. So it's time to switch up. You got places like Africa operating. I bet they got gold. I bet you a lot of their business is based on having natural resources. It ain't based on no goddamn piece of fountain. You can get caught up in all the little trinkets that they showing you and waving before you if they want to. I just listen to the commercials all day. You want woo woo? You can have it for free. I'm like, ain't shit free. What do you mean? Christ is the perfect example. Without him doing what he did, the sacrifice for us, you wouldn't have these liberties. You wouldn't have the right to the tree of life. And in that tree of life is all this that we talk about every day. But we connected to the wrong source. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. So no matter what I do, and then the Bible tells you to study, to do your own work. And then there's things that would transpire behind doing your own work, your own business. Your own business. You get that? So that fulfills the first commandment he gave you. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Before he gave Moses the book of the law. The law. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. And Elohim blessed them. And Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Bless them, and said, be fruitful and multiply. Now, how am I gonna be fruitful if I don't own nothing and and not operating my own business? And how is it gonna multiply in the hands of somebody else that I'm working for? No, that means you have to become an entrepreneur. God is gonna make you your own. He's a spirit, and his spirit is operating in us. And that means we have the power to move like bosses. You are a boss. If you can see it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. For real. It's right there already instructed for you. But this video was dedicated to Chicago and whoever else. You might be from another state coming through Chicago. Me, I service automobiles. You might need information pertaining to your automobile. You might have diagnostic trouble codes, body codes, B codes, P codes, engine codes, transmission codes. You may have codes. You may hear a sound. You want to get some information or back to the codes. But you know, if you go to this dealership or this shop, they gonna charge you 10 arms and a leg to tell you what this code is. Yeah, you can go to AutoZone or whoever, one of them little stores, and they gonna give you a printout. You look it up. Yes, you got a general understanding of what's going on, but do you know how to work that? Do you know how to assess that and go through each system? So I'm putting the information out there. I'm your liaison to understand cars. You know what I'm saying? Understand car talk. Oh, I like that. Car talk. Make a shirt like that. Yeah, I can help you understand car talk and basically a ballpark figure on what a certain service would cost you. I can help you understand that. Even with parts and things, I get a lot of calls about that. Man, okay, they saying ooh ooh. Now they saying ooh ooh. Okay, are they diagnosing the car? What's my response? Are they in the? Are they at the part where they're diagnosing the car to determine what's wrong? Yeah, well they have to. They're at the part where they determine what's wrong. But you have to sit down and assess. Listen to what they're saying. Don't just be like, "Well, I don't know cars." No, listen, because they gonna explain exactly what's going on. But and you have to listen to see if it's related to the problem which brought you to them, and the others, if there's others, and if they're related to the initial problem. How many of these other problems related to the problem that brought me here? You'll be like, well, they'd be like, none but one. Well, I ain't gonna worry about the others. No, hear them out. It helps you because a lot of these things you can Google to get some understanding on what's going on. You can read slow, like I read the chapters and verses slow. Then I look these words up to see what they mean. You telling me a P code, P0011. That's a real code. That deals with a part of the system. I believe the oil flow, the timing. It deals with the timing. But it's an oil passage valve that relates that code P0011, P0012, P0013, and 14. I think I'm lying, look it up. It relates to an oil flow valve, which speeds up and retards the timing of your car. And when they go bad, trust me, they go bad. But you have to know, you have to be able to understand, to discern, to really understand car language. You know, and a lot of this stuff being said, I see a lot of people, it's like they get, they go into a frenzy. Oh, it's gonna cost. Woo. No, slow down and listen to what they're saying, and look that thing up. Don't just go by their word. Look it up, and make sure it's relating to whatever that initial problem is. Or if you got that type bread, and you know you got multiple problems. And then when you know you got multiple problems, you make a decision. You only deal with one aspect of the overall problems. You only deal with one, that initial one that got you there. Don't assume the mechanic did something that's going to cause you to come back when you already know you got multiple problems. He did the brakes, but you calling talking about your car overheating. What the hell that got to do with your brakes? That's why you should have one mechanic and stick with that one technician. He should be in a position, I say, an independent like me. That's why I'm on here speaking about this and promoting myself. Because then you can hold me accountable. If something come up, uh, shit, your power steering going back, or your alternator going back, or you didn't see the signs, Dwayne. Every time you know the car needs tending to, like you test, you can hold that one person accountable. You know, you don't have to wonder, oh, well, I went here, that. No, you hold them accountable. And that person you dealing with should be well equipped to deal with whatever measure come along having to repair that automobile, even if it's well. If he can't well, know how to outsource. You should have a good company on standby that you dealing with. Because why? Your job is to get the job done. It ain't nobody business if you outsource the welding. But my point being, know how to delegate. You the boss. All money in. I'm on Nip Hustle for real. I'm on Nip Hustle for real. All money in. I know how to order parts. I know how to seek out and search out for parts that's quality, but a little cheap. You know, a damn radiator don't have to cost more than the car. Like, really? You know, because you got to think about it. And that's on the customer too. If you're not aware that you have choices, you have different levels of which products bring value, which products possess value. There's different levels. You have some high-end parts made of the best materials, you know, which are original materials. Then you have second-hand products that are made, which uh, the original company allows other companies in on that patent on how to build these things. They allow them to build it and sell it, as long as it meets certain standards. You know, they get them a cut, everybody happy. What the heck? It's business. It's dumb. I used to say, yeah, I don't like that. Why do big companies eating up little companies? I don't worry about that no more because we all have a place, macro and the micro. We all have a place. What do you fit in? What do you bring to the table? Do you know your value? Yes, you have value. Based on Yahuwah's declaration when he created all things. That's like with you have to know you have value. Think about it. Look at the plants. They go away, but they know they coming back, family. And they coming back in their full array, like they were created from the beginning. That's something the Most High gave that can't no man take. Yeah, he'll try to alter. He can use it and alter, but the essence of it is there. You know, unless he genetically modified stuff, and we know that some people do be genetically modifying shit. You know, you got a lot of, excuse my French, but you got a lot of that going on, a lot of copycat going on. Cars, vans, and trucks. You need information? Call your brother. Let's make it happen. 773-451-6080. I'm prepared to answer any type questions. You might need, and we got Cash App. It might cost you a little, it might cost you a lot. But one thing for sure, it's going to cost you because I'm going to give you something of value and it's going to make sure, I'm going to make sure you solve the problem. You don't know how to do your brakes? Cool. Call Wayne. I will walk you through it. I will make you assess, and I know how to, come up with solutions and seek those solutions where it won't cost you $10 and the fuck. When you go to the dealer, you robbing your ass. Are you serious? Let me teach you how to change your own oil. That shit you have to pay is what? For oil and a filter. Stop playing. That's an investment worth investing in. That's all I'm saying. Let me help you help us. You know? Let me use what I got to help us. Yeah, it might cost you $100. So what? Might cost you $100 to learn how to change your brakes. Learn what tools is needed. You know, even in the tightening sequences, even with the torque, what a torque wrench is. You know, you have to torque those bolts. Let me do all that. It might cost you $100 per axle. No, no, it won't. One time, one charge, and that's it. We can even make a video. We get it in. You can download that video. I'll make the video, put it on a memory card, and send it to you. Tell me your year, make, and model. Then I'll have to find a car that's your year, make, and model. It don't matter what year, make, and model it is. I'll make the video and send you video directly to you. You know, might cost you a little, might cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you. I promise you that. But I'll tell you one thing: you won't be paying them absorbent ass prices at the dealerships and these a lot of these independent shops no more. No, and I ain't got to sell this. This information won't sell itself. Now that I think about it, it just dawned on me. You ain't gotta really promote that. Yeah, I was like, you paying what? Man, they robbing your ass. And all things change. I still charge people my old price, $45. I gotta be like, what the hell wrong with you? Now some people, I had to catch myself like, no, they charge $100, bro. I want certain cars, y'all got all that shit all on pads and all that. You gotta take 1,000 screws out, and I put every one on the back. That's tedious work, family. Yeah, I'm gonna charge you $65, $75 for a truck, but a car, hell no. The most I charge them 50, probably $50, $55. And a lot of people cry, but I know better. I see through the fog. If they don't pay me that, they go somewhere else. They don't say nothing. Ain't no arguing or none of that. So I don't be want to hear that shit. They going to a shop and the shop charging their ass. They charging them full price. They probably pay down there $200 for an oil change. They gonna pull up, go in there, sit down, as one unit. That's what that serpentine belt on your car are going around your pulleys. You have an alternator, you have a crank pulley, you have a power steering pulley, you have a I-18 belt is written on this thing. Some serpentine belts I can look at and read without looking at the directions to install, you know. And they charge $100 to take a serpentine belt off. Invest in your brother Wayne. He'll teach you how to remove and install your serpentine belt yourself. And especially if you have to take off uh, one of them cars, you got to go up on the jack up, take the wheel off, this and that. Even with some of these batteries, like with Chrysler models, some of these batteries are at the wheel. You got to take the whole damn wheel cover off, take the wheel off, jack it up, put it on the jack stand. People get frustrated. And we know this. At the shop, we know this. And we're going to run it up on you because we know you can't do that. You're going to get frustrated. You willing to pay for a whole tow. A tow going to charge you damn near $200 in this day and time. I don't give a shit if it's around the corner. They trying to get at least $150. Like, what the fuck? Have mercy. They don't have no mercy. Like, bro, I wouldn't charge no more than $75 a tow. Now, if you're going over a long, extensive drive, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $150. You going to the next town, hell yeah, I'm gonna charge you $150, $200. But within the city, hell no. The most 100. From out south to out west, $125. Like what the fuck? They charging you $300. What do you do that? Now he probably saying, oh no, see, yeah, licenses. Like my buddy, he was letting me use his tow truck, but I wouldn't use it under the service of his licenses. I was using it towards my customers. If something happened to my customers' cars, I was able to go tow their cars to the shop or go out there and service them. If I had to pick them up, I could lift it up with the tow winch, lift it up with the boom. He had a winch and a boom. It was old school. Lift that boy up and service it right there. But that relationship came to naught. And let me tell you, the taxes on everything, license and insurance, was what? $600, man. You could have made that in a few jobs in 2 to 3 days. 3 alternators. Want to do an alternator, the road service. Charge. I charge $50 for a road service. That's plus whatever the job. She like, oh, that ain't nothing. I pay it. I'm like, I know it ain't nothing. Because I know when y'all hear these companies with these big logos, these names up here, offer you the same service. They giving you numbers that's gonna build them a new home, hands down, no doubt. They ain't barring none. They gonna charge your ass up. So clank no. A little clanker noise, and you might want to know what it is. I'll come out and diagnose. You know what I'm saying? I'll come out and diagnose automobiles too. You probably don't want to pay me for the service. I've heard people tell me I charge too much, but I'm like, no. The average service, I'm independent. I call them independents because some of them more than the person you going to the shop to see or the dealership to see. I promise you. In the alley more so because I know he gonna really do what it takes to do. And then he don't have all the equipment these people got. So that means he's gonna go a little above and beyond based on him really having that criteria, knowing how to solve these problems, diagnose and remedy the day in a few days. No, good quality part with a warranty. That's what you get. Peace of mind, family. And on that note, it's been 30 minutes. Get this message out to your friends and cousins. I can make you a technician. Yeah, I will do the video. If it's something you want to learn, even if helping you pull a motor, I can help you through the sequence. Pulling axles, I can make videos help it, or you can